Hello. Storm Barra arrives in the UK on Tuesday, likely to bring disruptive wind and hill snow to northern England and Scotland in particular. But having said that, it's worth emphasising that Barra will be a different beast compared to Aidan. Now, Aidan came in from the north, Barra comes in from the west or the southwest, a much more typical direction for a storm in the UK. And the wind gusts and the wind impacts will be a notch down compared to Aidan, particularly for those areas that were so badly affected by Aidan across Scotland and northeast England. Having said that, there will be some wind impacts, and especially for the Republic of Ireland. Aidan named Storm Barra because of the likely wind gusts around the coast of southern Ireland. But around western and southern parts of the UK also, we'll see some very strong winds during Tuesday. These are the wind gusts. You can see the colours corresponding to the key here, and fairly widely 60 mph wind gusts. And in some of the more exposed parts of western and southern UK, 80 mph wind gusts. Later in the day, also some very strong winds into North Sea coastal areas. Now, these winds will be coming in from the southeast, so a more typical direction, as I mentioned, compared to Storm Aidan. But some of these trees in these areas are likely to be vulnerable following Aidan, and so still possible to see risk here of impacts. Accompanying the winds, very large waves as well, so coastal impacts likely. And as I mentioned, in the west and the south around exposed coasts, 80 mph wind gusts, inland 60 mph gusts. Northern Ireland, 75 mph wind gusts around the coast in the southeast especially, and that combined with 30 to, in some hillier spots, 50 millimetres of rain could cause disruption. Also, a wind warning covering the rest of England and parts of eastern and southern Scotland, where 65 mph wind gusts are likely around eastern coasts. As well as the wind, we've got the rain and the hill snow. Now, the heavy rain pushes into western parts of the UK during Tuesday, likely to see some snow, mainly over the hills of western Northern Ireland, but more especially across the hills of North Wales and then into northern England and much of southern and central Scotland. Could even be some falling wet snow down to lower levels in these areas, but the largest accumulation of snow will be over the hills, and combined with gale force winds, really treacherous conditions, I think, over the hills and mountains of Scotland and northern England, with blizzards and drifting snow likely. As far as accumulations are concerned, 2 to 5 centimetres above 200 metres and 10 to 20 centimetres over higher parts. So significant spell of hill snow, and it may well be the snow as well as that combined with the strong wind, with the blizzards and the drifting, that cause the greatest impacts over the higher routes of northern England and much of Scotland. So a lot going on over the course of Tuesday, and it's only slowly through Tuesday night and into Wednesday that Storm Barra starts to fill. As it does so, the winds will eventually start to come down. But another very blustery day to come on Wednesday, with those winds continuing to be quite strong. Gales around southwestern shores, southwest England, South Wales, seeing wind gusts of 65 miles per hour and further impacts possible. Showers also continuing to spiral around that low to give some further hill snow in places as well. Thankfully, Thursday, Friday, the weather looks a lot quieter. But for the next 24 to 48 hours, plenty to stay across, and you can follow all the updates on social media. Bye-bye.